Welcome to the SoCon preview show with head coach Trina Patterson from UNCG. Trina, I've known you for a long time. I could not be happier to see that big smile on your face. Plus, what a great team you're going to have coming back after winning over 20 games last year. Tell us a little bit about what you got on the floor this year.
Well, it's good to see you, Debbie. You're a superstar.
No,
Everyone loves you. You do a great job.
thank you.
I'm looking forward to this team. This team is dynamic. We're very athletic, high skill. We can do many things, but we're going to have very efficient shooters, a great defensive team, and a great rebounding team. The team chemistry is really good right now. That's important when we have these days of new players and new transfers.
Mm-hmm.
But very exciting. I love going to practice every day. We've been going to practice for about 2 weeks, but I absolutely love practicing with them every day. And we're having a great time.
This is your 8th year. You've had 3 20-win seasons, and I think it's fair to say you're the most experienced head coach in the league because of the other places that you've been at. The landscape has changed significantly, yet here you are with a really good team that's going to compete for a championship again. What keeps you going?
What keeps me going are my players, their love and passion, enthusiasm, their work ethic. We keep reloading. We keep getting better. And then as a staff, I have one of the best staffs in the country. And we all just keep growing. And we just strive to be better, and we live. But what we do is we really are where our feet are. Like, we take advantage of the minute and the moments that we're in.
You mentioned your staff, and you're the only coach in the league that I was actually going to bring up the staff, because Fred Applin, Alex Miller, and then Satara DeGraffenreid, that's a loaded group right there.
Absolutely.
Alex and Satara are going to be really good head coaches one day. Fred has been a head coach for a long time. What is it about this particular group for you? Because you've had a lot of different staffs in the past that blend so well with what you like to do.
Absolutely. We have the same belief system. Satara's been with me the longest. She's our associate head coach. She's going to be a head coach one day. We know that Alex, they both played at Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
So they both have great experiences. And Fred's been all over the United States at Washington and Texas, and he was a head coach. And so the chemistry with us is that we're all growing and we learn together. We know that we're here for the student athlete. We're not here for personal gain. And of course, the fact that I had a chance to, work with Tara, and it's just a great time. It's a really good time to be where we are right now.
You start mentioning all of that experience, and you're talking about the best in the business, Hall of Famers, from Tara to Jody Conrad to Sylvia Hatchell, even Debbie Ryan for you, Kay Yao for me. We can get past that Carolina blue on your staff a little bit, right? We can get past it because they're good people. They come from good stock. They understand what's important. And how do you transfer that every day to the floor with your players?
So we do that with our core values. What happens is we just have these expectations, and when they meet them, and when they don't, we just hold them accountable. But we're coming from a place from love. We're not coming from any other spot. The thing is, we want them to be better, and we want their best daily.
When you look at this group in the preseason, pick number 2, you finished second last year in the conference championship. There's so many slim margins in the SoCon to be able to make it all the way to a title. And you know this league better or as well than anyone else because you've been in it the longest. When you look at playing in the margins, if you will, making sure that the discipline and execution is exactly where you need it to be because you know what it takes. That vision requires some experience, and you've had a lot of experience. When you think about drilling down to how that manifests itself as you get ready to play in games, what are some of the things that you're working on to make sure that your kids are excelling at the highest level?
Yes, just to be in the position, Debbie, where we were 2 possessions of a championship in one of the championship games, and probably 5 possessions when we played Stanford in that championship game. Just what we are doing is we're trying to laser in on the things that we know that we're going to have to work on. Um, some defensive schemes, middle ball screens. That is one of the toughest things to teach. The ball screens out of the slot. Getting better with that uh, those defensive rotations, and then fundamentals like the little things count. 2 or 3 possessions count.
Mhm.
And so we focus in on those things daily in practice, where we keep track of everything of the things that are important to us. The things that are important to us are the type of shots. Are you efficient? We like spot threes and we like rims and we like frees. So free throws, we try to play paint the great in 8 seconds. We're going to try to get something quickly in 8 seconds, and then we'll flow into some other things. Chance points, second chance points, offensive rebounds. We have Khalees Kane, who is an elite offensive rebounder, and we're going to have some others who are really, really good offensive rebounds. So we get our chances, and then taking care of the ball. Of course, just
Right.
being very disciplined and taking care of the ball is very important to us.
Trina, and I mean this as a compliment, some of the most boring practices I've ever watched have been Tara Vanderveer practices, right? Because it's repetition, repetition. And you just outlined so eloquently why all that repetition is important because you know what you need to win. In today's climate with kids that are, visual learners, they needed it to know why. They got to have it instantly. It can't be taking so long. How do you balance the two? Because I'm not saying that's an old school approach. I think it's actually the approach. But how do you get it to,
Yeah.
make sense to these guys?
Yeah, that's a good question. We got to stay relevant. We got to bring music to practice some, right before practice. We gotta do some shaking and grooving sometimes in practice to make it fun, right? And so we do things in practice. We can't have really, really long practices. That's kind of antiquated, these long practices. We need short spurts of things. Do we watch some video in practice, where we should go to the monitor and say, hey, look, this is what we need to do. So I get it. We want to change. I'm very flexible. Look, just like your son, Debbie, like, we got to stay relevant with this generation. And so if we can stay relevant and understand their needs, but mixed our discipline in there because that's so important, they'll buy in.
Trina, you have always had the demeanor of an incredible teacher and a great learner. And I'm so pleased to be able to share some time with you on the SoCon preview show. Thanks for being with us and good luck this season.
Thank you, Debbie.
Jayde Gamble and Jaila Lee. Great to see you ladies representing UNCG here on the preview show. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you for having us.
Come on, Jaila, tell me a little bit about the team, all right?
I'm really excited for this group. We have a bunch of hard workers. We really like to key into the little things, and everybody pushes each other every single day. So I'm really excited. This is my first year here at UNCG, but I'm really excited to actually start playing with them and, just show the world what we're really capable of.
Yeah, Jayde. I mean, how about building off that energy right there that Jaila brings? Tell us a little bit about what it's been like. Add to that, please.
Amen. She brings it, and I love it. And that's kind of what we try to do in our program is just bring energy to everything we do, even if it's on the court, off the court. Because we're not just here for basketball. I know it seems like that, but we're not just here for basketball. We're also here for academics. So, but yeah, we're just trying to build on what we had last year, but build on something even greater.
Any young women playing for Coach Patterson, I wouldn't believe would be just there for basketball. I've known her for a long time. I know how much she cares about watching young people have success and do what they love to do. Tell us a little bit about what you love to do on the court, Jayde.
Oh man, I love it all. Like I'm a basketball junkie. I'm not gonna lie. I like the hearing the shoes on the floor, the certain hearing of like you hit a shot in the net. Like that's just me. But all in all, I really just like playing on the floor with my teammates and getting everybody involved and scoring when I need to. I mean, that's a big part of my game is scoring, but also like getting other people involved and like defensively, like oh, I love to deny. I love to go get out and get steals and get easy transitions since we try to score as much as we can to transition early.
How about you, Jayla?
Kind of banking off of that, I just love the game in general. Watching it, being a part of it, just love it all. Love rebounding defensively and offensively. Love getting down to the goal, shooting three. Just any part that I can play to help the team, I'm ready to do it and just get everybody involved.
Jayde, what have you told Jaila about playing in the SoCon? This is a great basketball league. There's good teams, well prepared, good coaches. What have you helped her understand?
Well, we actually could connect on a deeper level because I actually transferred in last year and going through the same thing she's going through now. But one thing I will say, because we are a smaller conference, these scouts are on point. So you have to make sure that, you stay on your P's and Q's. You have to really be locked in with your teammates and being able to know, like, you don't know who's going to go off any given night. You just got to feed the hot hand. So really just more so sticking to the team values and being able to adapt. That's the biggest thing about this conference is adaptability.
Yeah, Jayde, you mentioned scouter report. So I know the adaptability is a great word, flexibility, versatility, all those things that come with preparing to play in this league. What is your scouter report and what should we be looking for that you've added to your game?
Well, I like to call myself a dog. That's just kind of something I hang my hat on. Like, I'm a smaller player, so a lot of people look at me and like to say, "Oh, she's small, walk on the court, whatever." But I definitely think I play bigger than my size. One thing I always kind of hang my hat on is I'm going to get out and defend, and I'm going to get the buckets I need to get, but also just getting people involved. I like to say I'm a playmaker more than a scorer. Just because when I have the ball in my hands, it's going to either go up or it's going to be given to somebody else. So just, I would just say I'm an energy player, and that's pretty much it, honestly.
Hey, that's you got me sold. I mean, I love seeing players and teams that are connected, that play hard, that play together, that look like they're having fun. There's incredible joy to be able to play this game at a high level. Jaila, when you were making your choice about where to go and UNCG popped up, what was it about it, Coach Patterson, that drew you there?
The family aspect, everything. It was just kind of hard just coming here and having the whole experience of the visit and just not falling in love with it. The coaching staff, the team, the players, just the energy. It was amazing. So I had to come.
Jayde, I don't know if you've watched film of Satara or Alex, or if you saw them play in college, or maybe they drop a little drip of themselves into a little scouting report here and there, but they were small guards in the ACC. What have you learned from them?
Yeah, that's why I'm here. Like I did my research too. You can't go anywhere blind. But Coach T, she led the conference, the ACC, for a while in assist and turnover ratio, and then Coach A, she always brought the energy. And they played with Ivy Latta. So like you got all those guards back to back to back.
Yeah.
And then like me and Coach T are really locked in. That's somebody that's really developed my game over the past year. And I think just learning from them, just seeing their mindset and how they approach the game has really helped me.
I covered them both as players at North Carolina, so I'm very familiar with their game, their leadership style. What have you learned off the court from them, Jaila?
Well, they're great people on and off the court. Like they bring the energy, yes, on the court, but also off the court. They're always someone that you can just go and talk to, have a good time with. Someone, if you need a laugh, Coach Satara always has your back on that. So they're just always good people to lift you up. Our whole coaching staff is. They'll always lift you up in school, in your faith, and everything. So they're always good people to back off of.
Jayde, in my conversation with Coach Patterson, UNCG has been right on the edge. The last couple of years, it's been a one possession here. It doesn't even have to be an end of the game scenario. It could have been something that happened earlier in the game that could have been the difference. How do you make sure you guys are on point, because you know the scouts are on point, and that you have the kind of focus that a mature team needs to have to be a championship team?
I mean, it's all about discipline, right? Like one play can or may not dictate the game, So like just having discipline in the drills that we do. We have certain goals that we have to reach. We don't reach those goals, we're running. You have to like set the standard early. So I think when you get in games and there is some adversity, how do you bounce back from adversity, right? So I think they've done a good job with just strength conditioning and challenging us early. You know, we're running around campus with a rope, like we're trying to we're just challenging ourselves, you know, mentally. And I think that's the biggest thing is just being able to adapt to change.
Coach Patterson comes across with this cool demeanor, right? Solid, so steady. And then you two talk so fast, I bet you play like that. Tell me how that blends.
Well, I can say that she's such calm and collected that it helps me. You know, sometimes I could be here and she can get me, you know, at an even kill level, which is always needed. You don't need your coach to be too high, you know, especially with the flow of the game, people go on runs and everything. So just her calm nature and never getting too high or too low helps us. And then just the coaching staff being on the same page all the time really helps, because as a player, you know, you're trying your best to do what you're supposed to do. But when they're on the same page, it's hard not to, as a team, follow suit.
Jaila, I'm a basketball junkie. Why am I going to want to come see UNCG play this year?
We're all about basketball here too. We're gonna work hard on and off the court. We share the ball. We do the little things. We hustle. We like what we said. Coach Pat said that we try to score the ball in 8 seconds. So we really try to key into the little things and just work hard every single possession.
Well, I'm looking forward to watching you both this year, and I'm looking forward to following your success. I wish you well, and I thank you so much for being with us on the preview show.
Thank you.
Thank you.